Next, let's write a program and see how we manage arrays. Initialize an integer array with any 5 numbers, and display them. Here is the program code, and I have saved it as 27.cpp. On line 3 we declare the integer array A, with a few default values. In the memory storage unit, space for an array named A, to hold integer values, is reserved. The default values are auto-assigned to the respective location in the order in which it is declared. On line 4 of program code, we declare an integer variable I, and corresponding memory location is reserved. Note that these declarations are global. You can do it inside the main function as well. Not significant here. Program control now moves to line 7. On output screen it prints, array values are, followed by the new line character. The output control shifts to new line. In the code, program control shifts to for loop on line 8. We need the loop to execute 5 times, so that the 5 values initialized in array A can be displayed onto the output screen. In the loop initializer, variable I is initialized with 0. Program control loop then checks if I is less than 5. I is 0. So yes, I is less than 5. Program control shifts to line 10. A of I, or A of 0, which is 12, is printed onto the output screen, and then the \n character takes output control to next line on the output screen. Program control comes back to header of the for loop. Loop control shifts to the loop modifier I++. Value of I increments by 1. I becomes 1. Loop control shifts to the loop condition. It's checked if I is less than 5. Yes, I is less than 5. Program control shifts to line 10. A of I, or A of 1, which is 8, is printed onto the output screen. The \, character takes output control to next line on the output screen. Program control is back to header of for loop. Loop control shifts to loop modifier. Value of I increments by 1. I becomes 2. Loop control shifts back to loop condition. Is I less than 5? Yes, I is less than 5. Program control shifts to line 10. A of I, or A of 2, which is 22, is printed onto the output screen. The \, character takes output control to next line on output screen. Program control is back up. Loop modifier works. Value of I increments by 1. I becomes 3. Loop control is back to loop condition. Is I less than 5? Yes, I is less than 5. Program control shifts to line 10. A of 3, or 27, is printed on output screen. \, character takes output control to next line on output screen. Program control is once again on the for loop header. Loop modifier works. Value of I increments by 1. I becomes 4. Condition is checked. Is I less than 5? Yes, I is less than 5. Program control shifts to line 10. A of 4, or 16, is printed on output screen. \, character takes output control to next line on output screen. Program control is back to loop header. The loop modifier works. Value of I increments by 1. I now becomes 5. Condition is checked. Is I less than 5? No. I is not less than 5. Program control now skips the for loop and shifts to next line outside the for loop. That's the last line. So the program terminates. We have achieved our task. All numbers in the array have been printed on screen. Let's move over to our next program. Program 28. Accept n numbers into an array, display them, and print their sum. Here is the program code. On the output screen, we are asked, how many array elements? I enter 5. System then prompts me to enter the numbers. I enter any 5 numbers. The for loop, on lines 9 to 3, executes 5 times, and stores these 5 numbers into the array named AR. As each number is stored in the array, that number is also added to the variable named sum. This gives us the sum of all entered numbers. The next for loop on line 15 and 16 prints each number from array. Then the sum total is printed. Program 29. Assign the names of continents into a string array and display the nth among them. Here is the program code. On line 5, we declare a string variable named continent and initialize it with the 7 continent names. The user is then prompted to enter a number from 1 to 7. On line 8, the if condition ensures that the number provided by the user is from 1 to 7, and the name of corresponding continent is printed. If the number is not in range, then an invalid number message is printed. Let's now test the program. I am asked to enter a number from 1 to 7. I enter 1. The continent 1 in terms of area, which is Asia, is printed. That's okay. Once again I run the program. This time I enter 7. Australia is printed. That's also right. In the next try, I enter 0. It's less than the lower range 1. System prints invalid number. Once again right. Then in the next try, I provide 8. It's greater than the higher range 7. So this is also right. Next I input -10. Since it's less than the lower range, answer should be invalid number. But wait. It's accepting -10 as within range 1 to 7, and hence is trying to print the continent name. But goes with a blank. This is a runtime error. How to solve it? It might have something to do with the integer data type n. Integers also mean negative numbers. So let's try changing the declaration on line 6, int n, to unsigned, short int n. Now run the program. Enter -10. This time it works. You get invalid number. So it's solved. But doesn't it look too complicated? On line 8, let's change the if condition to if n greater than 0 and n less than 8. Now try out all those inputs, and yes, they all work fine. I just wanted to show how things can go complicated. Sometimes we think too hard. Always think simple, and there are easier logical solutions to every problem.